Textiles teaches you patience. It teaches you to sit down and to focus for hours at a time. And if you do something repetitively over and over and over again, it grows into something much bigger, into a tapestry. But it teaches you to focus on the minute detail. And in many ways, I think of writing like that. Just place a word after a word and tend to your sentences, and your sentences grow into paragraphs, and then they grow into stories and books. And so I think textiles is not a bad place to start with that. But it also teaches you to pay very close attention to the world, to look for any shifts, anything that seems out of place, anything that catches the eye and is inspiring, that stands out. And not only from my background as a fashion designer, but also as my childhood as the son who took care of a mother who was suffering with addiction. I think I've always just been a watcher. I've always been someone who watches details very, very closely. And maybe we can talk about the addiction part later, but certainly in fashion, that's really how you succeed is paying very close attention to the world. And then also, one of the things that happens in fashion is there is no conclusion. You're constantly prototyping. You're constantly making a better version of the thing that you have just made, whether that begins with a sketch or an idea, and then the sketch becomes an actual prototype, and then the prototype gets thrown out, and you have a first garment, and then it's about to go on the catwalk, and you have to throw that out and fit it and make it again. And so, in many ways, without even knowing it, I showed up to writing Shuggie Bain, and I knew instinctively that there would be 20 drafts of this, that I would just keep going. And even if it wasn't right the first time, I could do it again and I could do it again. And no one had ever explained that to me about writing, that it isn't, because actually I'd grown up in a world where if you saw the sort of the fictional representation of writers, they really sat and they struggled at the page until the sentence came out perfectly, until everything almost hit the page as it would. And so I thought that's what a writer was, but no, it was really about a process of continuous improvement.